actions have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the subscriber contracts. And today's contract, Pennywise the Dancing Clown, set in Whittleton Creek, and the contract ID is on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a go at it, and has been supplied to us today courtesy of Paul Anderson 37. So moving on to our briefing, 47 has taken to reading It by Stephen King, and likes to dress up as clowns to make his targets fear him before they pass away. The turtle won't save them. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them. All must be eliminated whilst wearing our suit. 1 via injected poison, 2 via accident explosion, 1 via explosive device, and 1 unarmed. And we also have only 1 exit available to us. We must only get headshots. We can only eliminate our targets. We must not change our starting disguise. And we cannot be recorded. And all shots fired must hit an NPC as our objectives. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location. We're going to be bringing with us a lethal syringe, a breaching charge, and a pistol you don't mind losing. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to make our way all the way down the street, and we are heading for the last house on the right, which is the house for sale. And we are going to make our way up onto the front porch, and just in the plant pot here we will find a key to the front door so we can let ourselves in. We're going to make our way to the kitchen, and we are going to retrieve the propane cylinder from within. And with this, we're now going to head back out into the main street. We can ignore the engineer as he will ignore us, and then we're going to throw our propane cylinder just down by the car right here. About there will do. So we're going to get 2 kills for one will be our target, who is just coming along now, and the other will be Bumblebee. So that is our target approaching the vehicle, where he will stop and light a cigarette, and he will give us our twofer. He got quite a bit of height there as well. He got right up to the top of the trees. That was quite a good one. So moving on, we're going to hide in the bushes at the end of the road here, and our target is the gentleman in the stripy top in front of us. Now, depending on the explosion, the guard behind us may go back to his usual routine as he was about to do, or, as it's just happened, someone will come along and alert him to a body in the road, and he will then run off, and we don't have to worry about dropping a pistol on the floor behind him. It also means we can move it straight in on our target, quickly snap their neck, and then we're going to drag them along, and just over by the rock you can see there, we will find a spot where we can drop them into the creek, and we can move on to our next target. And our next target is the injected poison target. Now, she should be jogging, and she should be here momentarily, but unfortunately, due to this mission glitching out a little bit, the young lady isn't actually jogging, she's just walking along. So it's going to take her a little bit longer to get here than I was anticipating. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and trigger the conversation between the 2 construction workers, and hopefully they will turn their backs and move away, and we can then pounce on our target slightly earlier than we would normally do. So normally we would pounce on her right around the same spot where we were hiding in the bushes. So this is the young lady in question who's supposed to be jogging but isn't. So once she gets up behind the van there, I'm just gonna risk it and jab her in the back, and down she goes like a tree. So like I said, we was gonna inject her just around the corner of the path, just by the bushes where we were hiding, but we didn't need to in the end. So on our way to the creek shed, we're gonna stop off at the JCB and retrieve the crowbar from there, and then we're gonna move on to our next target, Mr. Lafayette. And as long as the guard isn't leaning against the shed, we can ring the bell on the bike. That will get the attention of our target, and we can then pounce on him, render him unconscious. The plan is to drop him into the shed, but unfortunately we have a spontaneous gas cylinder combustion, and the propane cylinder in the shed, which we were going to be using, has just self-detonated, which has obviously triggered quite a bit of panic. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to drop our friend here, place our breaching charge by his head. We was going to be doing all of this in the privacy of the shed, but we're running out of options here. So we're going to quickly take out our target, grab hold of him once again, and as soon as we see a opening or a window where we can get this gentleman through the window and into a crate without being spotted, it will be a miracle if we manage it, and we've just done it. So that shouldn't happen for you. As long as the propane cylinder doesn't explode, you'll be able to do that pretty much at your leisure. So we now need a new propane cylinder. So I'm going to hop over the fence into the garden with the boat outside, grab the final propane cylinder, and then we're going to make our way around to the house that's being renovated, which in this instance will now be the last house on the left. And just around by the garden we find a very suspicious looking character just hanging around, and we're going to throw our propane cylinder around where his feet are, and after a short while it does seem like he isn't going to move. Eventually he will light a cigarette and plant himself firmly into the garden. There we go. So all of our targets have been eliminated. Unfortunately we only have the one exit available to us, and that will be the sewer exit. So we're going to make our way back around to the JCB, make sure that the construction worker isn't looking, and then we're going to pop open the manhole cover with the crowbar we collected, and we are going to exit Whittleton Creek. So there we go, one more subscriber contract taken care of, and we have confirmation all of our targets were eliminated according to plan, and we get our objectives are all completed, and that will gain us the Silent Assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.